Hi, Suresh. Good evening.
Hi, Kasturi.
Thanks for joining. Wait for 1 more minute. I will inform the panel regions.
Yeah.
Suresh, the panel will be joining within 2 minutes. So wait for two more
Yeah,
minutes.
yeah, sure.
Okay. Yeah.
Hey, hi Suresh.
Uh,
Hi
Hi,
Kasturi.
Saurav.
Hi, hi.
Okay.
Hi, Saurabh.
Uh, Suresh, the session going to be recording for interview purpose. Hope you're okay with that.
Yeah, sure. Listen.
Okay, I will start the recording. Saurav will be taking care of the session. Yes, Saurav, you can go ahead with the session. Thanks.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Kasturi. Hey, hi Suresh. How are you?
I'm good. What about you?
I'm good. I'm good, man. Thank you. So I will briefly introduce myself. I'm Saurabh Tiwari. Uh, I worked across like at least AWS, Azure, basically DevOps thing, like Terraform, Kubernetes. I worked across all these areas. Can
Okay.
you help me understand what all thing you worked till now? And from last 6 months specifically, which particular thing you are working?
Yeah. My name is Suresh Raju Bedkuri. I have 5 years of experience in the DevOps methodologies. We are parallelly working with AWS and Azure DevOps engineer roles. Mainly the different projects are working in that Azure. The focusing on CI/CD automation, infrastructure as a code, managing AWS cloud resources. In my day-to-day work, involving the design and maintaining of the CI/CD pipelines and Azure DevOps and also AWS side of code pipeline, code build, code deploy, something that stuff. Also, we are aware about that one using the AML. We are writing these things. I also automated infrastructure with the Terraform, and these are the Terraform you are deploying, provisioning into the AWS infrastructure and Azure infrastructure. We are working into the Terraform side. I am working closely in the development teams to build the deployment applications, writing into the Java applications, Node.js applications. Different, these are two languages we are building into the microservices deploying into the Kubernetes cluster. And we are aware about the it is naming address is different, but AKS and EKS are the same kind of stuff with Kubernetes, right? We are using the mainly focusing on DevSecOps roles, so security based implementations of the CI/CD pipeline, different kind of things. We are implementation of the IAM role. We are security in the tree and sneak, and disaster security means in between the sonar cube, right? These are the security level of information. I am passing the 6 months. We are working into that cost optimization thing. We are the cost based of the AWS accounts. We are for what are the things we are commitment into that organization level. These are the past 6 months we are working into the cost optimization projects, and past one portion of team we have some on-premises to the cloud migration projects are working. This is my overall things, and the second part of my certification is Oracle Foundation Gen AI certified. I had 2024 is achievement my this portion, and also we are focusing this year is the certified into that what is generative AI. The major concepts are covering into the LinkedIn learning portal. We are certified into that one also. This is my overall self, and let it go. Your end.
Great, great, man. Like you have worked on a lot of things. So you mentioned that. Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah. Please tell me.
Yes. So you mentioned that you working on cost optimization, right?
Yeah.
Like, can you help me understand like how you optimize the cost? What are all things you done?
Okay. Basically, you are asking the question cost optimization, right? Cost optimization.
Right. Yes.
What are the basically I am focusing on the four things in my organization. We have first thing is the instance size. Some instances are running is basically some EC2 machines are running. The right sizing of the resources. Basically, first thing is the right sizing. What are the sizing of resources we are running into the different environments. Find out the particular environment, the particular AWS accounts. We are segregating into that sheet. We are finding regular analyze using the patterns, adjust the instance sizes, match actually needs, right? Avoiding the overall provisioning. First these are the first priority this one. And also second is reserved instance. What are the things we have the reserved instance? Predictable workloads, right? Predictable workloads. It purchasing a reserved instance to save cost, the compared to the on-demand instances. These things we are comparisons to this end of the day we have to save the cost into the organization. This is the pricing wise very impacting into that particular yeah, sizing of the instance level. And also we have find out into the third step is the auto scaling. Implement auto scaling to adjust resources based on the demand, ensuring you only pay for what you use, right? You can pay for what you use means something spike is some certain time to spike is reached to the something level. The more users are reached to the instance level, application level, you can scale and scale out. These are the main important things in the Thursday. And also these kind of in between the monitoring alerting will be using AWS CloudWatch alerts and security level of patches will be enabling into that particular thing. These are the four steps we are following into the cost optimization.
Let's say like you have like 100 virtual or 100 EC2 instance, okay,
Right.
in the AWS, and you want to identify okay, which is used, like basically the resources which are not utilized, you have to delete those resources. How can you identify that?
Oh, one second. Something disturbance is there. We have instances, right?
Let's say you have 100 EC2 instance, okay?
Mm. Right.
And you want to identify, basically you want to delete the unused resources.
Okay.
How can you identify that? That okay, identify which resources are
Basically,
unused.
I have something um, check with it is the CloudWatch metrics, right? Where you review the CPU utilization and networking activities, activity metrics over the specific period, right? That is the thing. It is a CloudWatch metrics using and AWS Cost Explorer. We are using the AWS Cost Explorer, analyze the cost associated with the each instance. Instance is increased without specific changes. That is the thing, two things, and also we are using into tagging the specific instance to tag strategy to categorize the instance to purpose to what instance will be in the owner level. What instance using into the this instance, identify the instance or along into needs, right? We are using the last and foremost step is the automation scripts are using. We are using the bash scripting to analyze the means of these metrics to the particular things.
Okay. Have you worked on storage account in Azure?
Sorry, you are.
Storage account in Azure.
Yeah.
Okay. So in the storage account in Azure, let's say you have created one storage account. Okay.
Sure. Right.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah. Please tell me.
Let's say you have created one storage account. Okay. Uh, let's say that storage account is used by organization. Let's say our company use that storage account to store the all the employees data.
Once again,
Okay.
or something cutting, or you, once repeat the your question.
Okay.
As the
One
storage
storage
account is
account
there,
you used. Uh,
storage account is there, S3 bucket.
okay. Yes. Storage account is there. Okay.
Yeah.
So in the storage account, let's say you our organization, let's say there are multiple files. Okay.
Okay.
And sometimes the client or the organization need those files, not regularly,
Okay. Right.
but client want to or the organization want to keep all those files for the audit purpose. But there are like lot of files, like there are like lack of or the crore of millions of files are there. How can we identify? How can you optimize the cost in this case?
Okay. We are something to identify the cost. We can tagging the metadata tags and categorize the files based on their reserved or type of identifications. We are following the naming conversation to implementation of the considering about this naming conversation to the indicate the dates and project identifications. Uh, and also we are basically these are the things we are following that one. And also it is the indexing of the service to create index files to analyze the located specific files. These are the things we have identified that one.
Okay. 1 second, Suresh. Let me like switch my network. Okay. I think my voice is not audible, right?
Yeah,
Let me switch my network. Give me a minute. Okay.
yeah, sure.
Just 1 second, man. Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, sure, sure.
Today my Wi-Fi is not working fine,
Yeah,
and my mobile
the
data is
voice is
100%
something
overdue. So
ups and downs in something conversation.
agree,
That's why I'm not capturing the
agree,
voice.
agree, agree. Just give me a minute. And
Something problem is there in the earphones, headset. Some kind of your voicing came to only for my personal PC.
hello, now is it?
You are in unmute. You are in mute right now.
Okay, sorry. Now my voice is good or better,
Yeah, sure. Yeah, right now good.
or still same.
Uh, you are changed the router or any?
Okay, 1 second.
You are you speak loudly. Something here about.
Now is it good?
It's good. It's good. So, Saurabh.
Yes. 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 So okay, like we were at the storage account, right?
Yeah.
Like I was asking, like, have you worked on like storage account in the Azure?
Yeah. We are
Hello.
to blob storage.
Okay, yeah, blob storage, yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Can you name me the or give me the list of resources or services in the Azure that you worked on?
The list of the resources. Basically, we are working on Azure resources is the Azure service, basically Azure AKS. We are using into the project
Mm-hmm.
Azure DevOps. We are storage account Azure Blob Storage. We are working into the Azure functions as per the service level. These are the services we are working into this project level.
Okay. So have you also worked on Azure App Service?
Yeah.
Okay. Um, so let's say you got one application. Okay. Let's say you got one opportunity in the client side that client give you one application, and you have to decide that where that application should deploy. So let's say the application is the .NET code, okay? Basically
Okay.
some .NET or Java code. So in the Azure, like these are many options, right? There is a function app, there is app service, there is AKS, there is VM also, right? Or
Yeah.
EC2 instance. These are like multiple server where we can host our application, right?
Mm-hmm.
So in which case we should use what? In which case we should go for function app? In which case we should go for app service or like AKS or VM? What is got my question?
Yeah, yeah. Actually, we are focusing on the first thing is I am talking about app service, Azure app service, right? The ideal for the web application or APIs that need to quickly deploy and manage. It supports auto scaling and has built-in features for the authentication and monitoring. These are the app service for the using for the deployment point of the .NET or Java applications. First point. Second thing is we are focusing into the Azure functions. These functions means this is the Azure function is serverless event-driven applications or microservices that run in response to events. It cost effective to the workloads uh, that does not require the consistent uptime. These are the second thing Azure purpose to use in the applications point of view. And also we are focusing into the Kubernetes AKS is suitable for the containers applications to the .NET or Java type of deployment happening is there the architecture level. We use this portion. If you have a microservice architecture, you will manage the multiple containers. These are the AKS side of top of this deployment happening is there, and these are the microservices. And monolithic means virtual missions. AKS virtual mission. It means Azure virtual mission. Sorry. Choose the these VMs is applications that requires the fully control over the environment, right? These are fully packaged of the Linux model. Custom configurations, legacy applications we are deploying cannot be easily managed. These microservices will be quickly start up and shut down, but these VMs are very booting systems to depending on the more time to up and running. These are the way to implementation the as point of the deployment of .NET and Java applications.
Okay. Uh, so in the other function, okay, in the other function, have you seen the networking section? There are two options. There is private endpoint is there, and there is virtual network integration there.
Okay.
Have you saw that two option? So I think like overall like what I see that these two options are used to connect to the virtual network, right?
Actually, you are asking about that networking section. Two options. Your private endpoint. These are the virtual network integrations. They are how to save the two options, right? These are the two options.
Yeah, what is use of these two options?
Okay.
Because what I know that okay, these are two options are used to connect to the virtual network, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Then why Azure gives these two option to us? What is use of these two option?
Actually, I have seen this option in Azure. The private endpoint allows to the
Hmm.
connect to the Azure services privately, right? Ensure that the traffic does not go over the public internet. This enhance security by isolated the services within the virtual network. This is the portion, basically. um, this is the two things, right? Two options. So basically virtual network interface, the private endpoint and virtual
Integration.
interface. These are the two
Uh,
from the Azure functions to access the resources in the virtual network. This usually when the functions is needs to communicate to the other services, or other service means databases that are hosted within the same network. Using these 2 points, basically is a private endpoint and virtual network interface. We are using the
okay.
point is basically using the Azure services. The virtual network interface is based on the Azure functions, right?
Okay. Okay. And what is different between service endpoint and private endpoint?
What is difference between?
What is difference between service endpoint and private endpoint?
Actually, service endpoint is allow you to extend your virtual network private addresses space to the Azure services. It enables the secure access to Azure service over the backend of Azure network without exposing to the public internet. Private endpoint is the providing to the private IP address from the virtual network, private endpoint to the specific Azure service. E-
Okay.
This service is
Um,
specifically in the privately. That's it.
okay. Have you worked on the application gateway in Azure?
Yeah.
Have you worked on front door, Azure front door in Azure? Front door.
I'm not practically experienced in the front door. Application
Okay.
working.
Load balancer,
Load balancer working.
traffic manager.
Yeah.
Okay. What I know that okay, all these are the load balancer only, like type of load balancer only, right? It is just used to balance the load between the application, right?
Sorry. You were repeat the question. Something stuck about it.
Yeah. So what I know that okay, this load balancer, traffic manager, application gateway, and I think front door also. All these are the load balancer only, right? It is just
Yeah.
the load balancing services, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So what is of these all these services? In which case we should use which service? Like what is difference between all these three?
Yeah, actually, you are asking about the services basically. Azure load balancer. First thing is the load balancer based on layer 4 load balancer that distributes the incoming traffic among the healthy instances of the service. In the cloud based on the cloud service VMs, what are the traffic in the target servers. The load balancer acts as the Azure application. Application, yeah, you are pinning to that one, right. Azure application gateway, it is the Azure application gateway means the layer 7 load balancer that provides the application level routing and can manage the traffic based on URL path, enabling features like SSL termination and web applications firewall, WAF. That's the thing, Azure application gateway. And also you are pinning into Azure traffic manager, right? Yeah. The Azure Traffic Manager,
Hmm.
Azure Traffic Manager, this service helps route traffics to the different Azure regions based on the performance, availability, and also geographical locations in the Traffic Manager. We are, and also we are. It is knowledge about the front door, but we are the. This is the networking part of resource on the Azure. This is the globally. The front door is basically in the global and scalable entry point of the web applications. It's based on the providing the dynamic performance, availability, and geolocations point of view. This Azure front door.
Okay. Let's say, um, let's say you are building the solution for Google, okay, and the server or the application what they want whenever they will get some request, okay, that time they want some header to be added, okay, they want some particular header, okay. So you know, right, when we type Google in browser, right,
Yeah,
that time we just type the URL and hit it, right,
yeah,
send we don't send some header, right,
yeah.
but application wants some header, extra header to be added.
Okay.
So how can you can we do something in it? Can we do some? Can we some pro? Can you provide some solution where we can add some header to the request or modify the request? Can we do something?
Actually, specific header to the request in the application, you are example in the Uber, right?
I was exampling the Google.
Yes, Google. Nothing but
Let's say Google, right?
that one. You can
Uh,
you can middleware
huh.
API management tools, for example, using the Azure. You can implement this Azure API management or within the any application. We are using into the Azure API management. You can create a policy to modify request for the instance. You can add to the header in the inbound processing section, right? This is the Azure API management segment. And also you can focusing onto the application code. If you are using the framework of the .NET or Node.js, whatever you want to the development end, that is the intercepted request. This is the intercepted request to add the request in the
Hmm.
header based on there are the reach your application's logic. That is the means of the backend of the code. You are enabling into those things. Then ensure that every request is processing in your application contain necessary headers as required by the services. That's right. That is the my intention of your question.
Okay. Okay. So you are saying you will use Azure API management, right?
Yeah,
Okay. Okay. Have you also worked on Terraform?
yeah, yeah.
Okay. So how you will rate yourself in Terraform out of 5?
Yeah, actually, okay, 1 second. My network is down. Uh,
Mhm.
4.
4. Okay. Uh, can you help me understand what is state file? What is use of the state file?
What is the use of the state file, right?
Hmm.
Basically, the state file is the crucial component in the infrastructure. Is tools like Terraform. It is the keeping tracking of the resources that have been is created and their current state, right? This file is allows to tools to understand the infrastructure and how it is relates to the configurations, to the definitions of the backend of the code. And mainly is the resource management and collaborations of team members in this collaboration of team members to manage the state file. What is the resource management means? It will help the Terraform determines which resources need to be created and updated and destroyed based on the changes of the configurations. And the team members you have to team enrollment will be state file is managed into the one developer is pushing into the code and updated the resources configurations to be honestly speaking about same infrastructure will be handling the without conflict issues are managed by the state file. It's basically two of the this one is the state file using for that one.
Okay. Let's say you want to deploy a virtual machine, okay,
Yeah.
using a Terraform. And in virtual machine, we need to give username and password, right?
Okay.
To log into the virtual machine, right?
Yes. Yes.
So, but we know that username and password are the secured thing. We should not hardcode it, right?
Right.
How can we manage this type of secure thing in the Terraform?
Actually, you are asking the question into this is the virtual machine you are using.
How can we how how can we pass username and password to
Okay.
the Terraform basically?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because
Actually,
username
you
and
are.
password are secured.
Yes. Yes. First thing you can the secrets you have to passing into the variables, define the variables in the Terraform configuration sensible data. For first thing is the variable.tf to mention into the particular secrets we are calling into the sensitive is equal to true. The specific variable what are the password, what are the username is mentioned into the variable.tf sensible is equal to true. And also the second type the input values of security of the things we have providing these values through the Terraform TF where we have overwrite about this file, right? Any value we can directly mention into that one. We can pushing into the provisioning into any cloud environment. It is the changes of anything environment variables are directly in the command line to the terraform.tf vars. These are the things we have directly integrated, and also these secrets are stored into the secret manager for the better security consideration of the Azure key vault and also AWS side AWS secret manager parameter store, the retrieve of the information to in between the processing of these Terraform code.
Okay. So let's say you have now deploy virtual machine, okay? Okay. And now after the deployment, as you said that okay, state file store everything, right?
Right.
So does my state file also store this username and password?
Yes, state file is stored in, yeah, state file is capturing into the this secret of username and password recording into the state file.
Okay. How can I make it secure? Cause sorry,
Your question,
regarding
how can you how can
Suresh, your voice is not heard.
yeah, your voice is something the middle of the clear voice, but you can tell me what are the things. What is the security of that state file or any I'm not understanding about yourself.
Right. Okay. But as you said that okay,
okay, state file will store username and password, right?
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, um, how can you make it secure? Because is it good practice that in the state file username and password is stored? Because if anyone has access to the state file, they can see username and password, right? And they can log into it.
Yeah. So,
So how can you make it secure?
that is the sensitive. You can mention it to the sensitive is equal to true. This prevent that for the long term. It is the display to the logs. Access control also.
Okay, okay,
You can
okay, okay,
store the
okay, got
remote
it.
store, right? In S3 bucket and the encryption of the state file to whatever the security level of patches about on top of that one. We are enabling the encryption. S3 bucket encryptions are there right now. We are bucket policy, whatever the security of these things. Sensitive data will be you can capture into that only for the accessing about the particular persons means the secure S3 bucket access which persons to access the security S3 bucket we can objects are visible to that one and edit that file also.
Okay, okay. Have you used null block in Terraform? Null resource?
Yeah, yeah. Basically, basically this null resources are there is not creating any instances or resources in the Terraform. We are basically some commands, some scripts are executing into the some resources. That's why we are using into the null resource.
Okay. So you are saying script, right? Executing some scripts.
Exactly, and some commands.
Let's say, hmm, let's say you have write some PowerShell script, okay? And initially you run the Terraform apply. Your PowerShell script run using a null block. Okay, everything is good and fine. Then later you just modify the some line in the PowerShell script, and you again rerun the Terraform apply. Will my PowerShell script will get execute now?
Yeah, actually we have focusing um, uh, this type of what is the script right basically these are things first thing is using environment variables the store sensitive data is environment variables to instead of hard coding them your script and also secret manager tools you can use to Azure Key Vault and AWS secret manager to securely storage access to sensitive information. These are being it may be focusing on you are working into the PowerShell scripts or rerun it update the scripts and execute when you are running a script it process the commands it's the order they are writing if you change line and run then run again the new version will be taking effects to ensure the security and especially with the sensitive information is the username and password. Consider these practices we have to build the environment variables and secret manager tools we are using to these scripts clean and secure way to allow them the functional correctly.
Okay, okay, okay. Do you know data block in data source or data block in Terraform?
Yeah.
And do you know Terraform import command?
Yes.
in Terraform? Like, what is different between those two? What is
Basically, Terraform import means you are the already creating into the infrastructure in any hands-on way to creating extra infrastructure will be sync with in your local code to sync with your basically the backend of the state file. We can that resource already is writing into the code and putting into the particular resource name to Terraform import the what type of the resource name or what type of the resource we have to import that particular resource name. We can locally import that to sync with your Terraform code to organization into the it is the Terraform code and real infrastructure. That's why it's the import command is using. Another one you are questioning is asking to the another one. Please again.
data source? Data source.
The data source is the two things. Data source means we are already creating into the infrastructure we'll be using into the different service different services to use into the particular what about that one is the data source the instance id whatever you are the route 53 record id to capture and you can after creation of that one the mention into the data source to configure the different resources to connect with data source. So data is capturing into the another way. Already predefined templates to the data is stored into the data source we are using into that the project level architectures.
Okay. Okay. Have you worked on CI/CD pipeline?
Yeah.
Okay. So in the CI/CD pipeline, okay, have you created CI/CD pipeline for Terraform?
Created for CI/CD pipeline, the integrated with Terraform.
Mm-hmm.
We are integrated with Terraform
Okay.
in the middle of the CI/CD.
Can you can can you walk me through what are all the stages present in that file? Basically, I want to know where you place the Terraform init, where you place Terraform plan, apply, like how you divided it into the stages.
In CI/CD pipeline, right?
Right, yes. I just wanted to know the structure. What was structure of your CSV pipeline?
Actually, my CI/CD pipeline, I have working on the CI/CD pipeline specifically for the Terraform. In my experience, I have set up in the pipeline using the GitHub Actions to the automated deployment infrastructure as a code. This includes the stages for validating Terraform code, running plan commands, and apply changes to the cloud environment. To ensure security, I use secret manager, sensitive information like usernames and passwords. These brief overview. First thing is mentioned into that validation stage. First, you can validate to Terraform validate to check the syntax of the particular Terraform code. First validation, Terraform validation. After that, we can run the initialization of the Terraform command. Backend of the plugins, whatever the you are using the AWS or Azure. After that, you can plan stage. You can execute the Terraform plan and store the inputs. The store about the what are the blueprint of that one Terraform plan. And after that, these blueprints will be configurations. We are overwrite or not is that apply command. Apply stage we can Terraform apply only after manual approval. These are steps we are following the CI/CD pipeline in the Terraform.
Okay. Okay. So let's say have you deployed any code using a CI/CD pipeline to the app service?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's say I am developer, okay, and I have modified some code, okay, and you are your application CI/CD pipeline executed, everything is good and fine. Okay, pipeline is successful and it is deployed. Code is deployed to the app service.
Okay.
But developer are complaining that okay, code is not deployed or they are getting some error in the starting of the code. Like
Okay.
basically code is not getting deployed basically. They are getting some initialization error or some error. How can we troubleshoot it? How can we troubleshoot it from our end?
Actually, some developers develop the code, and you can find out um, first thing is the first check the logs, review the logs for the CI/CD pipeline, the error or warning during the deployment process. They can provide the insights into the what went wrong. Basically, is this a check for checking the logs of the CI/CD pipeline, the GitHub actions, verify the code changes. Ensure the second step is the verifying the code changes. Basically, we have checking for made by the developers are the correctly committed and the pushing the code in the repository. Sometimes uncommitted the changes to the lead to the confusions about the pushing the code on the repositories. These are the second thing, and the third thing is the environment configurations. Basically, you have configured the environment settings like connections and strings. The environment variables are how to correctly configure or not. You can checking the environment configurations. That is the thing. We have to configure these the CI/CD pipelines in between the running of find out the processing in this one.
Mhm. Okay, so do you know like in the app service to deploy, right? There
Yeah.
are different type of deployment. We have FTPS deployment, we have a zip deployment. I think we have package deployment, right? There are different, I think three types of deployment
Yes.
app service support.
Yeah.
What is difference between these three type of deployment?
Basically, roll back to that these deployments to that we are the deployment happen in the FTP deployment. This method is transfer files directly to the server using the file transfer protocol, file transfer protocol. It's useful for the smaller updates, but can slowly and less secure, right? FTP deployment and zip deployment, ZIP deployment. This method is involving the comprehensive the applications files to the zip file, and uploading to that particular server or the fast more effectively it's reducing number of files are not transferred. That's the thing is the deployment using. And the third one is the package deployment. This involving is the deployment of the pre-built packages, the offering creating using the tools like Azure DevOps, whatever the tools you are CI/CD pipelines in the GitHub Actions. What are the things you are in the dependency for, including these deployment. These are the deployment methods for following the app services.
Okay, 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 sir. Like I'm like good from my side. Do you have any question for me?
Yeah, I have two questions. What are the majorly you are working environment? What are the deployment strategy you are using in the microservice level?
Okay, like we are like client-based company, right?
Yeah.
Action Lab is client-based company. So like mostly it is depend on client to client. Okay. So like if the client don't want to go to the like basically in the case of microservices, we generally follow the Kubernetes. Okay.
Okay.
So if the client want to go with the normal, the same, the YAML structure way, we will go by that way. If the client want to go with the Argo CD or some like CD purpose, then we will use the Helm chart and deploy it using the CD. Like based on the client requirement, basically we use
Okay, you are using into the EKS AKS clusters.
the AKs, Azure one.
Okay, you are fully architecture with Azure DevOps, right?
Most of the like cloud based projects are in the Azure,
Okay, okay.
but like we have also some projects which is in the GCP or the AWS also.
If you have any in between of the agency about the application side, I am talking about the application point of view. What instances, yeah, what incident will be frequently rising into the your end?
I don't say about application side.
How it is reaction about the incident level of approach.
Instead, as in what type of incident you are mentioning?
Basically the application point of view, the application is crash, the time the production, how it is the troubleshooting, what are the two or three steps will be majorly focusing on the instance point of view that rectify the solution. The particular application will be crashing. That time you have the end user will be something not reachable into that particular API. How it is doing that particular thing? Any idea about that one?
Mm, okay, like in general, you're asking, right?
Yes, yes.
In general, how can you do it? Like there are like monitoring tool, right? Basically, firstly we have to identify where it is failed,
Yeah.
right? Where, which part of application is failing, like which what service is not working. So we can see the logs with the logging of monitoring, like logging system or monitoring system we place, right? We will just look
Okay.
into it, see the logs, or if you have set alert, we'll get the mail. We will see which particular thing is failing. Then we will go to the service and check why it is failing. Then based on the client or the coding side or the infra side, we
Okay.
will resolve it. I think this is the general way, right? Used to do it.
Right, right. That is the thing. Your end.
Mhm.
Yes, yeah, yes, sir. It's a good time to talk with you. And uh, what is your observation? I will be leave it or any questions asking to me.
No. I'm good. I got from my head.
Yeah,
Yes.
share the feedback
Okay.
and
Thank you.
yeah,
Sh- Sure. I will like share the feedback with Kasturi.
yes.
Thank you, Suresh. Thank you for
Thank
your
you.
time.
Goodbye.
It's nice talking to you.
Take care. Take care.
Have a good
Bye.
day.